Hi, welcome back to Mr. Slover's Math. Today we're going to focus on factoring trinomials. So our warm-up is getting us ready for that. What are the factors of 15? 1 and 15, 3 and 5. And then what operation does the word sum imply and the word product? So sum implies addition and product implies multiplication or times. So here's a sign chart. And this is where we're getting into the lesson. Right now, the sign chart doesn't mean anything to you. I haven't explained it, and you'll see its importance when we get into the first few examples. So the sign chart is just that. We're looking at the signs of our expression. So here's our trinomial over here. And this is what happens if I see these signs. So just like it says here, if signs look like this, then this. So if the signs are negative, positive, then both factors will be negative. If the signs are positive, positive, both factors will be positive. If the signs are negative, negative, the larger factor will be negative. And if the signs are positive, negative, the larger factor will be positive. Now, once again, it doesn't make any sense what that means yet. And these trinomials are just an example. It does not have to always be x squared minus 8x plus 15. Okay, just an example. So the very first one, everything's worked out for you. So we are going to list the factors of the constant. So I've got 4 steps for success here. We're listing the factors of the constant. Well, my constant is the thing without a variable. So list the factors of 40. 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, 5 and 8. Step 2, determine the sign of each factor. Well, this says plus plus. So I go up to my sign chart, and plus plus means both factors will be positive. So both factors are positive. That's what I wrote in red. Step 3 says determine which factors add to give you the middle term, which is the linear term. Okay, so this is what's in green. 1 plus 40 equals 41. 2 plus 20 equals 22. 4 plus 10 equals 14. 5 plus 8 equals 13. I need 13. So the 5 and the 8 are the factors that I'm going to choose. And finally, step 4 says write your answer. So my answer should have 2 sets of parentheses along with the appropriate factors and variable. So since I'm talking about x's in my expression, I have an x in here. And then my factors were 5 and 8. So I have x plus 5 times the quantity x plus 8. If I were to multiply this out, I would get this. So let's see another one. I factor all of these. That's what it's asking for. It says factor the following expressions. X squared minus 36x plus 35. Now my steps for success work because the coefficient, the leading coefficient, is a 1. So in front of every squared term, in front of every quadratic term, there is a 1. If your coefficient is not a 1, we're going to have to slightly change our steps for success. But for today, all of these have a coefficient of 1. So these steps will work for all of them. So what are the factors of the constant? So factors of 35 are 1 and 35, 5 and 7. What are the signs? So here's where that sign chart comes into play, because our goal is to factor this. And what we're going to do is we're going to list the factors of the last one and see which ones add to give me the middle term. So I need to find numbers that multiply to 35 and add to give me negative 36. So instead of guessing which ones are positive and which ones are negative, we use the sign chart. So it says negative, positive. So I go up here and it says negative, positive is right here. Both factors will be negative. So I put a negative in front of both sets of factors. And now I see which ones add to give me the middle term. Negative 1 plus negative 35 is negative 36. There's my winner. So I write x minus 1 times the quantity x minus 35. Letter B, list my factors of the constant. My sign is plus, plus, so that means both factors are positive. I see which ones add to give me my linear term. 5 plus 5 is 10. That's what I need. So x plus 5 times the quantity x plus 5. Now, you may get to the point where you may not even have to list your factors. Right? Maybe you can do it in your head. Maybe you can just look at a piece of paper, look at a factor chart, and figure it out from there. That is perfectly fine. But I'm showing you what I'm doing for all of these. I list all my factors. What's in red is me identifying the signs, whether they're positive or negative. What's in green is me seeing which ones add to give me my linear term. So if I look at letter G, I list my factors of the constant of 36. It says negative positive, so everything is negative, and I see which ones add to give me negative 12. Well, that would be the very last one. So x minus 6 and x minus 6. Yes, you have to list both of them. If you just list x minus 6, that's not right, because then it's just x minus 6. Whereas if I have x minus 6 times the quantity x minus 6, if I were to distribute those, I would end up what I started with, x squared minus 12x plus 36. And that's what I want. I want to factor this expression. So in order to be successful, we're going to use our steps for success. And we're going to keep in mind that our leading coefficient, or the number in front of our squared term, is a 1. That's why all of this works. If it was not a 1, we would have to do something different. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Otherwise, thanks for stopping in. Till next time.